Okay guys, so my story today is going to be about a very sensitive subject. I once spoke to someone and he told me that all parents are good people. I strongly disagree. Not all parents are good people. You get some real scum parents and it sounds bad. I apologize for all the good parents out there, but please believe me, not all parents are good. Not all people deserve to have kids, especially not all mothers. And I'm going to tell you why, guys. The reason I'm talking about this issue is because it's about my cousin Sylvester, and the whole story is in my book with a little bit more detail. The book is called Broken Dreams: The Untold Truth, and it's available to download on Amazon. So get your copy today, and let me know what you think, guys. So Sylvester is the only child. His mother Krista and his father Connie. When Sylvester was about 3 months old, his father was working as an apprenticed fitter and turner. And his mother was at home looking after him. They lived in a flat, and one day Sylvester's mother, I don't know how she could do it, but she did it. She left Sylvester in a cot, in a baby cot, on the big double bed, and she walked out. She left a note there, and the note said that she can't live like this anymore. She doesn't want to see Connie, her husband Connie, or her son Sylvester anymore. She's going now. She'll never return again. Please don't contact me, etc., whatever, you know. She left a note on the bed and she walked out. The bitch walked out. Excuse my language, but you know what? I get a little bit emotional when I think about what happened. So that afternoon, about 5:30, Sylvester's dad came home, only to find his son, three-month-old son, in a cot, on his bed. I mean, I'm sure the baby must have been crying, must have been going hysteric. Flippin' hell. So Sylvester's dad was an apprenticed fitter and turner, not earning too much money, unable to look after his son by himself, which is understandable. Take nothing away from Sylvester's father. He did what he had to do. You know what? He's a good man as well. But Sylvester's grandmother, so Sylvester's father's mother, which is also my grandmother, she suggested she'll look after Sylvester. Sylvester can live there and she'll raise him. So she got full custody of him. And God bless the old lady, she was a good woman. She had a very, very good heart, and she was a hard worker. I tell you what, she was a hard worker, the old lady. Very good woman. Yo, you know what? So Sylvester's father and my mother are brothers and sisters, by the way. So Sylvester's grandmother raised him, and she did a very good job. She was also very strict. When Sylvester became just into his teenage years, myself and him became friends. As I said, I'm 2 years older than him, so we became very good friends. In fact, he spent most of his weekends and most of his school holidays with me at our house. He slept in our house. He ate our food. He did what he had to do. It was like his house. For him, it must have felt like he's got a home. I mean, his grandmother did a good job, but you know, my father, my mother also said they looked after him and they accepted him as one of their own. Sylvester's grandmother always told him, "You must never ever box, Sylvester. I will never allow you to box because it's dangerous." And I understand the old lady and I respect her opinion. Sylvester also, he didn't like it. He was angry because he wanted to box. He was always training with me whenever I was running in weekends or school holidays, or doing weights or hitting a tire with a hammer or whatever training I would do. Sylvester was there training with me, right next to me. He was like a double, like my double. You ask many people who knew him and who still know him, they'll say the same thing. Myself and Sylvester were like one person. It's like, you know, it's like a father and son, like two brothers. So when Sylvester was 16 years old, I was 18, I had my driver's license, and he asked me, Ruben, can you please take me to my mother's house? I'd like to meet her and get to know her. I said, whoa, I didn't expect that. He never met his mother. He's never seen his mother. He was 3 months old when she walked out on him. So I thought, well, I'll do it for him. I personally wouldn't, because she didn't live far away from him. She lived about 10 miles, which wasn't far. So why didn't she make an effort to come and see her son? But I said, yes, let's go, Sylvester. I'll do it for you. And we drove to his mother's house. She lived with her father and mother, her parents. Sylvester was then 16. So his mother must have been in her 30s, I suppose, I imagine. I don't know, late 30s, middle 30s. Anyway, so we parked outside. We walked up to the door. Big old double-story house. Her father I understand he was a bit wealthy, But if you see where Sylvester grew up, in his grandmother's house, the most humble areas you can wish to imagine. He lived in a little sink house with his grandmother, but you know what? She was a pensioner. She did what she had to do. She looked after him and she did a very good job. She was a good mother. But I'm just saying, in comparison to his mother, where she was living with her father in a big double-story house. So we knocked on the door. No answer. There was no answer at all. We waited a couple of seconds, knocked again. Her father opened the door, old man. Yes, what do you want? Oh, fuck, what do you want? He said. I thought, what? He doesn't even greet Sylvester. It's his grandson. He's never met his grandson. Why don't you greet him? Sylvester said, I'd just like to see my mother, please. Is she here? Can I see her? He's a 16-year-old, wants to see his mother. He said, no, your mother's not here. Come back in half an hour. And he closes the door, just like that. No, not goodbye or whatever. So we drove. We waited around the corner. We sat and we waited. Half an hour later, we came back. We knocked on the door. And the old man opened up again. And he said, didn't say hello, welcome back, what? He said, just go through there. Go through this room. You'll find her. He didn't say you'll find your mother. He said, you'll find her. We go there. And here's his mother sitting down. His mother, Christoph. Beautiful woman. Well, I was young, but I know, I saw her photos now. She was a beautiful woman. She is a beautiful woman. She's sitting there. Hi, hello. I thought, what the fuck am I seeing? She doesn't get up and get excited to see her son. She hasn't seen her son for 16 years. She walked out on her son because she was fighting with his father, I suppose. Sylvester's father. Sylvester, he walked up to her where she sat, and as she sat there, he hugged her and he grabbed her and he gave her a kiss on the cheek and, hi mom, it's so good to see you, and he's excited. I was quiet. I didn't want to be there. I only went there for him. Because of him, he was like my brother, and I did it for him. I don't care about his family. Even this day now, I don't care about her father, her mother, or any of her family. So I just sat there like this. But I listened, and I was hoping that Sylvester and his mother could now start talking and catch up and ask each other questions and get to know each other. And maybe I would even go sit outside if they want me to, so they can have some privacy, whatever, Not the case. No, she was very, 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 very close. She didn't want Sylvester to come into her life. And the more I sat there, the longer I sat there, the angrier I got inside me. And eventually I said, listen, is there anything to drink for us, please? She said, oh no, there's no cold drink, sorry, there's nothing, I can't offer you nothing, do you want some water? For water, fuck. I said, listen, Sylvester, let me and you quickly go to the petrol station, the shop, corner shop, and we'll buy cold drinks and we'll come back. And ask your mother if she also wants a cold drink and we'll buy something for her as well. And he asked her, she told him what she wants, and off we went. So we drove to the garage, the petrol station. Must have been about, we were away about 10 minutes, not even 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Came back, knocked on the door. Here's silly bollocks opening the door again. The old man, fucking idiot. Your mother's not here. He doesn't say, hey, welcome back and come in. Just opens. Your mother's not here. She's left. So we were gone for about 10-15 minutes. We told her we're going to get cold drinks. Now we're coming back. Oh, her father says she's not here. She's gone, she's left. And she won't return the rest of the day, for the rest of the day. Now Sylvester is 16 years old. How do you explain that to a 16-year-old? That's a whole situation in his mind. All that fucking stuff in his head. How does he understand the situation he was dealt with? And I wanted to fuck up that old man, I promise you. I felt like fucking him up. But he was inside his house with the door open. He didn't want to step out. You know what? Yeah, he said she'll be back. She won't be back the rest of the day, and he closed the door just like that. So we stood outside his house, like he closed the door on us. He said, "Your mom's not here." He didn't say your mom. He said she's not here. So we walked to the car and we drove home slowly. You know what? I will never forget this moment, this day, this whole day. This thing took place. I was 18, Sylvester was 16. He's 2 years younger than me. It will never leave my mind for as long as I live, and it's in my book. You can find it in my book, Broken Dreams, The Untold Truth. Now, when I'm driving home to Sylvester, because his grandmother was visiting us as well, so we went to my house. What do you say to that youngster? What do you say to that guy? I had no words. His mother just wrote him off again. She didn't want to see him when he was 3 months old. Now he's 16, he's a big, beautiful, strong man, and he's good looking. Sylvester, he's well built, he's a good looking guy. You thought his mother would be proud of her son. Look how beautiful Sylvester has turned out. He's a good boy, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, he lives a good, clean life, he's in school. Fuck's sakes, nothing like that. I was lost for words. You know what? The whole time we drove home, I couldn't say a word, and the tears were running down my cheek. But I couldn't look at Sylvester. In South Africa, we drive on the right hand side, same as England. So he's sitting on my left, and I could just, I couldn't look. I couldn't speak. I had no words. I had no words at all. Terrible situation. So, you know what? Not all parents are good. I'm not talking about Sylvester's father. He's Sylvester's father. He's my friend. His situation was difficult. He couldn't look after his son on his own. It's impossible. But Sylvester's grandmother did her best. She did a great job, the old lady. She was a good woman. Sylvester, my parents also looked after him. Whenever he was with us, visiting us on public school holidays, he was there for up to 4 weeks at our house, eating and drinking and sleeping at our house and training with me. Now he's 16 years old. I take him to see his mother. She doesn't want to see him. What do you say to that man, Sylvester? What do you say to him? So, his name is Sylvester Wilson. That's his maiden. My mother's maiden name is also Wilson, but her brother Connie is Wilson, obviously. So Sylvester Wilson, look him up, guys. See where he is and show this video to him, please. He'll always have a special place in my heart, and I always stand up for him, and I'll always fight for him. He will never become my enemy, never. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please like, share, and do what you have to do. Until next time, adios.